When I first started this channel, one of the subjects that I covered were black women dying in childbirth, because the numbers were too alarming that too many black women were dying in childbirth, but yet no one cared. I covered this about 4 or 5 times. I've only been on air for the last year, and I've covered this 5 times because I feel passionately about it. And let's be honest, in this area, black women, their voices are invisible. No one cares. They're dying in childbirth, but yet no one even investigates what's going on. However, this call to LBC Radio, James O'Brien, motivated me to having to do part 2. These black women, well, one of them rang in, broken, with tears in her eyes. And she said when she wakes up in the morning, she looks in the mirror and she says, "Why am I hated?" That they can call for all black women to be shot, almost like a contract killing. And yet the Prime Minister has not taken it seriously. Instead, they claim that the racist has apologized and let's move on. Here we have an individual, a Tory donor, calling for all black women that remind him of Diane Abbot to be shot. And this black woman on the LBC radio said that she felt so vulnerable. She was scared to go on the streets. And other black women called in saying, we are aware of the stereotype of the loudmouth black women, so therefore we are quiet in the office area. We don't let our voice be heard, because if we do, they will say a loudmouth black woman. So we get walked over, we get abused. Why? Because if we dare even voice our opinion, we deserve to be shot. The Prime Minister, who claims that he wants to build the bridges when it comes to people making anti-Semitic remarks or anti-trans, the Prime Minister suddenly is on the ball. We're still waiting for Britain to say that shooting or threatening the lives of black women to be wrong. We're still waiting. Many people are trying to justify this threat. People trying to justify this contract killing. Many people are trying to justify black women now experiencing PTSD, social anxiety. As one black woman says, when she now goes out, she's scared that this individual will justify the killing of innocent black women. Who happens to look like Diane Abbot. I've had comments on the video I made, comments and racist, real racist comments, which doesn't surprise you. Racists are psychopaths, and black pain, they are immune to it. They will play mental arithmetics, mental games with you, denying your reality because they want to continue in their world of hatred towards people of color. But I had to do this video because when a black woman says she looked in the mirror and she had to try to love herself. Because she lives in a world where to be a black woman, you're loudmouth. To be a black woman, you're seen as having a stereotype. And here this guy coming along saying that he hates any black woman that reminds him of Diane Abbot. He wants to shoot him. And the Tory Party, who attack Labour for their anti-Semitism, attack Labour. All because Labour was attacking what Israel was doing to Palestinians. The Tories suddenly come alive when it comes to white Ukrainians with blue eyes. But threatening the lives, threatening terrorism towards black women, that's okay. And these black women called into LBC Radio, James O'Brien show, in tears. Now I know when I look at black women on the streets, now I know how they feel inside. I'm not talking about the ghetto, it's about professional black women who are going to work. Now I understand how they feel in the work environment. If they even have anything to contribute, they'll be seen as loudmouth. I will continue doing a third part to this. This is how racism is so subtle and reinforcing that you dare even sell your talent. Because if you do, you're an uppity Negro. You have to be complacent or lick their booty hole as Candace Owens and Jesse Lee Peterson. He doesn't mind Femi Bujilosh. He doesn't mind Prita Patel. He doesn't mind that. Those who are married to far right-wing white males. Candace Owens was introduced to her husband by Nigel Farage, a far right-wing racist. So those kind of black women are okay. But Diane Abbot, a strong, confident, intelligent black woman who's a champion against racism, it makes him want to shoot any black woman that reminds him of her. And Rishi Sunak, his government, have nothing to say. Kemi Butchinosh, who is the diversity of diversity secretary or something, has nothing to say. She's supposed to be the government equal opportunity, officer. She has nothing to say. If you could be quiet over black women dying in childbirth and no one questions a thing, what does that tell you? Black women are dying in the tons in childbirth and no one cares. What does that tell you? Please, I don't believe in stifling freedom of expression. If you want to disagree with me, please do so. But do it respectfully, or I will not be allowing your comment.